Tyler, and this is of course my channel. I want to welcome you guys to my channel, and I hope that you guys decide to stick around and stay, be a part of the Lady Bam fam by just clicking that red subscribe button. It should be down here somewhere on your screen. Just click that button so that you can become a part of the Lady Bam family. Now, to get started, as you guys can tell from the title of this video, this is going to be a conversation about head of household. Now, the reason why I am bringing this conversation to you guys, or I wanted to speak on this with you guys, is because this has been the talk of the town, the talk of Facebook, the talk of social media. I've seen everybody talking about this. I've seen multiple posts shared about this, and I have yet to see someone actually sit and talk about it. But I've seen multiple posts about it. So I felt like nobody has decided to make a conversation about this yet besides on social media. No one has made a live Facebook video, live Instagram video. No one has actually took the time to sit down, talk about it, have an open discussion, and see how everybody feels. And I'm very curious about this topic, and I really want to know how everybody feels. And I'm going to, of course, give my insight on how I feel, my opinion, and I'm going to share some opinions with you guys that came from other people. So to get started, I have my phone with me here because the post that I'm actually referring to, or the post that I'm actually talking about, is a Facebook post, and I shared it on my Facebook wall. And I got a few people on there that commented back and gave their opinions about it or whatnot. But I decided that I should make this a YouTube topic, so that's what I decided to do. So I'm going to jump right into it. I don't want to hold you guys too long. But again, this is going to be an open forum. I want to see everyone's opinion. You can leave them down in the comments below. So I'm going to jump right into it. So this was a post that was shared on Facebook. And I actually ran across it yesterday, which was Tuesday. I ran across it yesterday myself and shared it. So this is what the post says. The husband is to pay the mortgage, bigger household bills, and the wife should make sure the home and children are well attended, kept intact. All of these new school rules where 50-50 and splitting bills is complete nonsense. No real man is going to have you splitting bills. How can a man be the head of his household when he's not leading? And the only men who would complain about this are the ones who are not financially stable. Should your husband fall on hard times, a wife should be able and willing to pick up the pieces. But if he's the head, he needs to be the complete head. Let's argue, hashtag I said what I said. Right below that, there was a man who left a comment. The comment said, "No bull. How I look calling my lady up or stepping to her asking for her half on the mortgage/rent. Some of y'all real live clowns. And it's a lot of beautiful, intelligent women out here that continue to entertain and make excuses for these little ASS boys. I feel if a man can't pay for the roof over your heads by himself, then he needs to be single until he can provide that. That's 100. Hashtag come on slim, hashtag cut it." Okay, so let me first start by saying I think that person's comment is the comment that really got under my skin, or the comment that really made me feel some type of way about this whole head of household, man should do this, man should do that crap. So to get started, I shared the post. So my thing is, I'm going to share how I feel about it. This is an open forum. So I had, at the end of the day, this post from my page ended up with like 31 comments, which isn't a lot, but enough to try to get some insight on how everybody feels. I'm going to first go ahead through here, and I'm going to read to you some of the comments that I got. I had one person say, "Yes, ma'am, I feel this way, but I notice more so now that it's because of the way people were raised by their parents and what they've seen." I also have a comment that says, "I pay all wifey bills and let her quit her job. Once I got a job that could pay for her stuff as well as mine, I think if you could afford it, you should do it. Plus, I want her job to be being at home with our child. Not on no bad stuff. It's just because I don't really trust daycare. So long story short, I pay everything." And then I had one person say, "So what happens if the man get hurt and out of work for months, can't work, and he's the only income? Then what?" I had someone say this is not the old days, because if that was the case, women would stay at home and let the men work, cook, clean, and take care of the household. I see nothing wrong with splitting the bills. How many people these days actually have a two-parent household where the mother and father is there? I probably know about 10 couples, myself included. So those were some of the comments that I got on this post. So my whole deal with this issue is, like I said, I think the guy's comment is the one that really got under my skin, that really made me feel some type of way about the whole ordeal. This is my thing. He basically said that you should stay single. A man should stay single if he can't pay for the roof over your head himself. I do not agree with that. I think that's the part that really got under my skin, and it ticked me off to a max, because my thing is, you're going to say that a man should stay single until he can afford the roof over you guys' head by himself. If he's doing that and he's staying at home with his parents, he's staying single until he can afford to pay for the roof over y'all head by himself and pay the bigger bills, whatever it is has been agreed upon you two doing. If he does that, then he can basically miss out on the woman of his dreams, like, because he's so worried about being able to actually provide everything for her that he misses out on her. And I feel like any woman that decides to turn a man down who, you know, loves them or who's interested in them because he can't provide or pay for every bill in the house, including rent or mortgage or whatever the case may be, and you turn him down because of that, I feel like that's stupid on your part, because that could have been the man that God sent for you. And my whole thing is in between the whole thing. Like, I'm on one side, I'm on the other. I agree with some, I agree with some of it I don't agree with, is what I'm trying to say. Now, my thing is, I think all women would love to be able to have the man take care of everything, including the rent, mortgage, and including all the bills in the house, where the wife is just left to worry about groceries, making sure her husband has what he wants and needs, making sure the children have what they want and need, and making sure herself has, you know, she has what she want and need, and also keeping herself up looking good for her husband, as well as keeping her husband up to look good for her. So my thing is, excuse me, everybody would probably love that. But the whole thing is, in this scenario, the husband works and the wife works. It's just that the man is the one taking care of all of the bills alone, while the wife is just taking care of the smaller things, your utilities and the children, groceries, etc. So I'm going to go through some of the things that I said in regards to this post, you guys, and this will pretty much sum up my opinion on everything. I'm going to read to you guys word for word what I've said and reply back to some of these comments that I got regarding this post. So one thing I said was that I agree as well, but in this day you have to do what works for the both of y'all until the man is able to lead and be head of household. But just because the man can't take it all right now or at that moment doesn't mean you shouldn't be with him, or doesn't mean that he shouldn't still try to go after the woman he loves. I also said that, and then, okay, so my reply to that was, I think the man should be able to go after the female, but if we living together, a man needs to be able to hold it down. Dating and living together, creating bills together is different from the dating aspect. A female should always catch him when he falls or help him get on his feet, but once he's straight, he needs to hold it down. My reply, and I think you're right, about how you were raised. I was raised by a single woman most of my life until she met my stepfather, and he took care of everything. She did the household stuff. She didn't work, but she had income. Now she's on her own again. The person replied, I feel you. I was raised by a single woman as well, but my dad always stepped up and helped my mom with so much. But not only that, my grandfather held so much down as well. So when I look at a man and we're moving forward with that part of our relationship, I need someone who's going to show me what I've been seeing all my life, because it's so normal to me. My mom and dad were never married, but he was always present and took care of my mom. My reply, exactly, it's normal to you, but not for everyone. Shit, hell, I would love not to have to pay a bill and just worry about the grocery, kids, mine, and my husband's well-being. Hell, I wouldn't even mind being the one to worry about the money for car maintenance if he's the one handling every bill we have. But that's not how things are flowing in my household right now. And not only that, sometimes we have to build together. Before the man may be able to take on full responsibility, like the other comment on my post, he said he has went 50-50 with his girl until he was able to do all of the providing. She said the reply from this person was, agreed, we do 70-30 or 80-20 now. My reply was, and that's even okay. I just don't like how they judge these men when they're unable to take full responsibility of the household. Because even though they're not able to right now, I'm sure if they could, they would. And even though they can't or not doing so right now, doesn't mean they're not good men. She replies, yes, help him until he's able to get it all together. It's a give and take. My reply was, right. And that's how you build a foundation as a team. Her reply was, and it creates a stronger bond knowing that y'all got each other's backs. My response was, yes, that too, because at the end of the day, we are each other's biggest supporters. So on that note, I'm going to try to make the video as short as possible, you guys. So on that note, and all in all of what I just went through with you, read to you guys was me and a friend of mine's conversations under the post that I shared. So at the end of the day, she basically made the point that some people are raised like that, in which I agree. So you have some women that were raised in a household where they watch their dad or they watch their grandpa take care of everything, and the mom did the minimum things on the list, such as the groceries and the kids, which is okay. And I don't fault anybody that's looking to have a man take complete control of every aspect or every bill, rent, mortgage, every household, higher household bill. I don't, fault nobody like that. If that's how you were raised and that's what you saw, I'm pretty sure you would expect that out of a man, because that's how you were raised and that's what you were taught to expect out of a man. Moving on to the next one. So I told you guys about the guy that said he pays all of his girlfriend's bill or wife's bill, and he let her quit her job. And I told him that there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're breadwinning like that. Why not? But you have some men and women that makes the same amount of money bring home the same amount. So if that's the case, I don't see anything wrong with 50-50. But I'm sure if every woman had their way, then hell yeah, we would probably all prefer the men take on everything in the house while the woman makes sure there's food, clean house, and that the kids, hubby, herself are straight as far as clothes, shoes, needs, wants, etc. So he agrees there's nothing wrong with 50-50 either. We was just like that before he got his good job. So in all that stuff, it really all depends. I feel like it all depends on the man's job. If the man is breadwinning like that and he's bringing home thousands and thousands a month, to the point where he can do that, go for it. I'm all for it. If my man came home and say he making almost $25-30 an hour now, and he want me to just worry about groceries, the children, him, and myself, and the cars maybe, oh yeah, I would definitely take on that responsibility proudly. I would be happy to have less on myself if he came home and was to say that, hey, I'm making all this money now, babe. Let me worry about the rent, the mortgage, and the bigger bills, and you just worry about us and the kids. Cool, I'm fine with that. So, with all that being said, I'm not going to read everything else on this post because this video is already running into being 15 minutes long, you guys. And I'm sorry for making it so long, but I really felt like this was a topic that needs to be discussed. I want to know how everybody feels. What do you think about the man being the head of household? Which the man is always going to be the head of household regardless, because he's the man. But in order to be the head of household, my question to you is, does the man have to take on all of the bigger responsibilities, meaning the higher bills and all of the rent and mortgage alone, to be considered the head of household? I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Keep that question in mind, and once you come up with your answer to that question I just asked, please feel free to leave it down in the comment box below. I would love to know everybody's input. Any and everybody that watched this video, I hope you guys have some type of feedback or some type of information to share back with me about how you guys feel about it. But again, please answer that question I just asked at the end of this video down in the comments below. With that being said, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys enjoyed sitting here talking to me for a moment. And if you like this video, of course, as always, leave me a thumbs up. And I will see you guys later. Bye.